good day. I'm going to be talking about the basics of Forex market. So let's get into it. Types of market movements. There are basically three types of market movements, which are the expansion, retracement, and consolidation. Expansion occurs when there is an impulse movement towards a direction, either upwards or downwards. Retracement is the correction movement after an impulse movement, which is like the opposite direction of wherever the expansion is going towards. For example, if the expansion is going upwards, the retracement should be going downwards. That retracement is just like the market taking a deep breath before continuing what it wants to do. Just like running. If you are going on a marathon race, maybe in your training or whatever, you can have a particular point where you will just stop or slow down, then taking a deep breath to regain your momentum before continuing the race. So that's how it is. That is basically what they call retracement. Consolidation is a market that is either continuing or countering a long-term trend. This is indecisiveness. That is, the market is just staying within a particular price range. It's not moving up, it's not moving down, it's not retracing, nothing. That's what they call a consolidation. So I'll be showing you examples here. This is an uptrend here now. This is a line chart that you're looking at. This is not how your chart is going to be looking like, but for the sake of learning, we'll be using this line chart. So if you look closely here, you see anywhere that starts with E is what we call an expansion. Any place that has an R, we call it a retracement. So look here now, this is an expansion E. The arrow is pointing upwards. This is an uptrend expansion. Then a retracement. If you look at where the arrow is facing, the retracement arrow is facing downwards. Like I said, if an expansion is going up, the retracement will be going down, the opposite direction, meaning the retracement will be going down. Then another expansion, another retracement, then another expansion. So basically that's how it is. Then this is an example in the opposite direction. The expansion here is facing downwards, meaning the retracement will be going the opposite direction, which is upwards. Then another expansion to the downside, then a retracement, then another expansion. So that is basically how expansion and retracements are. Then the bullish market. These are the two types. There are two types of markets that we have. We have the bullish and bearish market. So the bullish market, this is characterized by making higher highs and higher lows. But this characterization is not enough. As you know, it is necessary to say that bullish markets are always breaking swing highs and respecting swing lows. So I don't think I have to explain what a swing high is. Let's go back to this initial diagram. A swing high now is basically the high that was made before. So this place here is called a swing high. That is a swing high. This is a swing high. You understand? So for a bullish market now, they said a bullish market is making higher highs and higher lows. So this is a high. Sorry, let me draw that properly. This is a high here. This is a higher high because it is higher than the initial high. So that is called a higher high. Being higher than the first high that was formed, so that's why it is called a higher high. Then this is a low here. This second low that was being formed, because it is higher than the second low, they'll call it a higher low. So there's an uptrend. Once you know an uptrend, which is also called the bullish market, you will see higher highs being formed and higher lows being formed also. But the difference between these higher highs and higher lows is that higher highs now are going to be broken. Like you can see now, the first higher high, if you take a line and draw across, you see that after there was a retracement, the first retracement, the second expansion now broke the high that was formed. That is how you know a bullish market. Highs are being broken. See the higher high now that was formed again. This higher high that was formed there. If you look at it, another after the first high was broken with an expansion, a retracement occurred, forming a higher high, and the third expansion broke through that high that was formed. So this is how you know a bullish market. Higher highs are being formed. But if you look if you look below, sorry for that. If you look below, you will see that this place and this place, the lows were not taken out. That is, the lows were not broken downwards. So meaning that, as this my diagram here says, as it says here, that swing highs are being broken. There's a break of swing high, but the swing lows are respected. That means all these lows now, they are being left intact. Nothing is happening to them. Nothing broke them. So in a bearish market now, it's characterized by making lower highs and lower lows. But that is not enough to characterize them. It is necessary to say that bearish markets are always breaking swing lows and respecting swing highs. You understand? So this downtrend now is also known as a bearish market. And if you look closely, you see this is a high, this is another high. But unlike the uptrend, that is unlike the bullish market part, where the second high was higher than the first high. So because of that, we call the second high a higher high. This one now, the first high is the one higher than the second, not the second being higher than the first. So if the first is called a high, that is this first now being called a high, the second here, we will have to call it a lower high, because it's not higher than the first high. I don't know if you understand. That is basically how it is. So that is just it about the highs of downtrend. The new highs that will be forming, they will not be higher than the previous ones. Yes. So if there was to be a third high, let's assume we were to make a third high. That third high will be like this, meaning it will not be higher than the first, than this first or this second. If you check it now, this third one is not higher than the first or second high. So that's how the thing is. That is what you call a lower high. And if you look below those highs, you see a low and a low being formed. Yeah. This low now, this first low is still higher than this second low. But if you check here, see, first low is low, second low is higher. In an uptrend, the second low is higher, but in a downtrend, the second low is lower. So instead of calling this second low a higher low, like how we did in the uptrend, we'll call this second low here a lower low, because it is lower than the first low. So that's what they call a lower low. And if we are to draw our line to confirm that, what they said about a bearish market, if you draw from the low, you see that the lows were being taken out. A low was taken out. Like they said, the swing lows are being broken. like see the expansion, broke the first swing low, retraced, another expansion, broke the second swing low, but the highs are left, are respected. That means nothing is happening to the highs. They are just there, but they are not breaking the swing low. They are not breaking the swing high. Unlike the uptrend where the lows, see the lows there, nothing is happening to the lows, but see the highs, they are all being broken. You understand? And so that is basically how it is there. So let's move on to the next one. This is consolidation. I didn't show you the image of consolidation because this is how the image of consolidation basically looks like. Here in the image of consolidation, you see that market is actually not moving. This place where the red arrow is pointing to, this is your consolidation. This whole area here, I hope you can see what I'm touching. That's where your consolidation is, because the markets that is being the candlesticks now are inside this price range, like they're inside this environment. Consolidation is just like locking you up in a room. You only have access to just whatever that is in that room. You can't burst out of the door or go to your backyard. It's just being in one room. So let's assume that this is a room and this is market just moving up and down, maybe trying to find an escape route. That's what they call a consolidation. That is basically a consolidation. So if you look at this chart now, this is not like the line chart I showed you just a while ago. This is how you'll be seeing things when you open a Forex account. Yeah. This is basically how you'll be seeing things when you open a Forex account. So if you look here, I got this because this one, it shows everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Basically the only three types of market movements, when I said expansion, retracement, and consolidation, those are the only three market movements we have. Just so we are aware. Any other thing someone tells you or you hear outside, that's all shit. The only three market movements we have are expansion, retracement, consolidation. Markets follow all these three. It is either after an expansion, retracement, consolidation, expansion, consolidation, retracement, or expansion, consolidation, expansion. All these three are interwoven. You get? So these are only three that we're going to be. That is what is moving the market. What the market is using to move around. So if you check now, this is expansion, retracement, expansion, retracement, expansion. Yeah, retrace into a consolidation where it was moving zigzag. This is basically how it is. Yeah, this is just how it is. So that the diagram is looking all messy. I just wanted to show how it is. That's how the stuff is. So if you look, you might be like, you're not seeing this thing properly. But let me show you how this is. This is a high here formed. This is a high. This is a high. Like what I told you before, this first high now is higher than this second high. Let me dot it 2 times so you know it's a second high. Then this is a third high. And this is a fourth high. If you are noticing what is on this chart now, you will notice that the first dotted high is higher than the second dotted high. The second dotted high in turn is higher than the third dotted high. While the third dotted high is higher than the fourth dotted high. This now is a sign that this is a bearish market. Again, because the first high, then a lower high, then another lower high, which is lower than the second one, which you can also call a lower high, then a lower high. Yeah. If you see, let's look at the lows now. the lows. This is a low, this is a lower low, a lower low, and a lower low. If you want to check it properly, you can see here, we can draw our line to this low. You see the low was taken out. Draw a line to this low. It was broken with an expansion downwards. Draw a line. It was broken. If you draw your line on the highs, you see that the highs were not broken. Even though this one touched the high, it did not still break it. See this, it did not break. This too wasn't broken out. So that is basically how it is here. The highs will be respected, but the lows, the swing lows, will be taken out. So that's just basically how it comes around. ESF is everything all together. See it here. For that, this is a form of bearish and bullish. This is a high. This is just like an expansion. Here. Expansion like this. From a low to a high. This is expansion. Then retracement. But this high now, this high here, that high is higher than the normal high that was being formed. This low, is higher than the initial low here. So that's why they put it a higher low. Then an expansion upwards, then higher high, because it's higher than this high here. Then a retracement again, then higher low, that is higher than the first higher low. So this is already showing that that a high now has been taken out, but a low was not taken, was not broken. The low was respected. The swing lows were respected, but this swing high has been taken out, meaning this is already a bullish market. So this is just a high, but this is not a swing high here. This high was being formed, but it was not a swing high. It did not get above this high. So the main one got above the high, making another higher high, and this one was broken out with an expansion upwards. So this is a bullish market. So if you want to check the bearish aspect of it, this is the bearish aspect. This was a higher high formed, yes, and it went expanded downwards, forming a low because it took out this higher low. So now this is a lower low. It is lower than this low, lower than this low. That's what made it a lower low. Retraced upwards, forming a lower high because it is not higher than this high that was there. Expanded downwards again, from taking out this low. As you can see, there's a line there dotting it to show that it broke out from that previous lower low that was there. Expanded up, retraced upwards, then expanded down again, forming another lower low. So that's just how it goes on and on and on and on. So this is how your chart will be looking like if you open your account. This is how your chart will be, not like this. This is how you'll be seeing your chart. I had to compress all this so you'll be able to see the examples I'm showing you. Like I said before, the market goes through expansion, retracement, and consolidation only. If you observe from this part at this edge here where I'm touching, that is where your consolidation is, but I could not get the whole thing here. Then a retracement downwards, that is that red box, then an expansion upwards, then consolidated, then retraced, then expanded again upwards, consolidated, retraced, expansion, consolidated a bit, then another expansion. Then if you observe, if you look closely, you see that each expansion to the upside was breaking a high, a swing high. See this swing high? Sorry for that, it's not clean. You should know where I'm getting to. You know where I'm getting to. See that swing high now was broken out. This swing high initially too was broken out with an expansion. Continuously see this swing high too was broken out. So that's just it. Swing highs will be broken out for an uptrend. Even though you consolidate, see the lows now. No, lows was not broken out. This low wasn't broken out. Neither was this low broken out. But if you now look here, like what about this low? Exactly. As this low was broken out now, there was a retracement, there was an expansion downwards breaking out that low. Then all this here, all this here is part of the expansion downwards. It's still moving down. Then a retracement occurred. A retracement occurred around here. This has any retracement occurred. Just a little retracement occurred, and if you observe, the high of that is not higher than this initial high. The high here is not higher than this high, so this is a retracement upwards. So this is a lower high that was being formed, then an expansion again, then consolidated, then expansion downwards. But note, it's not always when a low is broken out that you know that is a downtrend. You have to be working with a higher time frame. That means if you see this on you have to like know the trend that is working on higher time frame, because it can be an uptrend on a daily time frame, but on a 15 minutes time frame or a 5 minutes time frame might be showing that it is a downtrend. It is not necessarily a downtrend, because it is just all these retracement parts now. Maybe if I'm in if I'm in a 4 hours time frame and it's showing me an uptrend now and I'm moving like this, but at some point and I'm in this constant retracement part here, in this my 4 hours time frame now, I'm in this retracement part, but your 15 minute time frame, it will be showing you all these places now will be showing you that you're in a downtrend. That's why they always say work with the trend that is in your higher time frame, because in your mind now you'll be like, it's already a downtrend. It is not a downtrend, it is just retracing, because it is a 15 minutes time frame. You get, it is retracing in other time frame, that is the higher time frame. It is just showing a retracement to continue to move higher. I don't know if you understand. So that is basically how it is. So you have to be working with your higher time frames, your 1 day, your 4 hours, your 1 hour before you use your 15 minutes. So breaking market structure. Breaking market structure, BMS occurs when the price closes above or below a swing low. Generally, every trader should, like I said, trade with the direction of a higher time frame. So it's basically the same thing we'll be talking about here. The breaking market structure, as if it's a downtrend, swing lows will be broken out, like what you are seeing here. Swing lows will be broken, and swing highs will be respected, like what you are seeing here. Swing highs are being respected. So that's basically break of market structure. So I brought a chart here to help us with that. From point A to point B, as you can see, it here is a downtrend. This BMS now is break of market structure. Each time it makes a low, it retraces upwards, then make a lower low, which breaks the initial low, then retraces again and breaks another low continuously. Then the same thing goes for the uptrend. That is from B now, from point B to point C. Is going upwards. It broke the initial high that was there. That is around here. That's where the initial high was. It broke above it, retraced that high, then went upwards again, breaking above the former high that was being formed. So yeah, this is basically how the market structure works. Break of market structure is. So range high and range low. After the break of structure, there will always be a formation in a new consolidation. That is called the range high and range low. So range high and range low is basically the end point of the retracement, the initial retracement, and the starting point of the new retracement. That's what they call a range high and low. For a bullish market now, if you see here, this area is where the first retracement ends. Then the second retracement starts from around here. So the distance now from here to here is the range. That is your range. That is your range high and low. The same thing goes for a bullish market. Bullish market now, instead bullish market is where, sit here, the retracement ended there before the expansion, and the expansion here, the second retracement started around there. So the distance between these points now are called your bearish range market. This is it here. This is not how your chart will be looking like, please. This is how your chart will be looking like. Your chart is based on candlesticks, because in those days we actually use line charts, but candlestick charts are more effective in the sense that they show clarity on what price is doing, like the highest point of price, the lowest point of price, where price opened at that particular time frame you are working on, and when it's closed. That's why candlesticks are more preferable than line chart only shows the close at that particular time you are using, so it does not show any other thing. It does not give more information. Yeah, that will be all for today. In our next class, we'll be talking about liquidity.